Please be advised of the disclaimers.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sai with Pinnacle Trading here. So Tesla stock making a big drop this week. We saw it today minus 7%, and this week it went from all the way from 920 all the way down to 753. So what's going on with this? Let's look at the yearly chart and see where we're going to look to buy, where we're going to look to add, and where we're going to actually look to take profit, and even set stop loss on this one. So let's look at the trade idea. So right now we can see the all-time high is a little over 1200, about 1230 or so, and right now it's at 764. As we look at in all our charts, 50 SMA, 200 SMA are the significant support levels. So we can see that it broke the 830 level, and that's where we see a big red candle, because that's where algos and also a lot of big money market makers, that's where they use the big support levels. Once those break, we see a pretty big direction. That's where we got right now. And we also saw the same thing in the S&P 500 stock market. It couldn't hold below, and it just kept dropping and dropping. So going back into the Tesla chart, we can also look at the 3-year chart. We can kind of see that it broke 200 SMA as well. That's why it's dropping pretty significantly. But where do I see support on this one? We need to look at the Fibonacci, which is very important. So when we look at the 3-year chart on this, we can see that 800 has been a big support. Being that it broke, we're right below it, that it flushed below that. We saw a big panic sell-off in the market today with the whole war crisis going on, and also the Fed's about to hike the rates. So we see Tesla and all these big tech stocks take a hit because they've been in a kind of a little bit of a bubble, and we're seeing a sell-off happen right now, things coming back to reality. So we see that once it broke 800, we're below 760. Next support is all the way down to hold number support 700, and then the 640. So that's what I'm going to look for on this one. So when we see that 600 has been the base support, you can, if you just draw a line over here, you can kind of see that that's where you can see right here. Let me zoom out on this one. We can look at the price level, and we can just see that anytime it gets over to this level, that it bounces up and kind of holds that support. It tests it a little bit, it comes down a little bit below, and it runs up. We can also see the MACD and RSI reversal on that one. So the max pain the max drop I'm looking on this one short term is going to be about 600. If it breaks below 700, can easily flush down to there if market sell-off accelerates, but I'm going to look for that 600 level. Right now, I think it's a solid area to start taking entry scale-in positions, which means just a little bit here and there, small chunks at the 700 level. I want to see it break below 750 this week and maybe get to 700. So I'm going to look to add maybe 5 shares, 10 shares here, there, about every 50 to 100 points or so, and that's how we build a solid position, and that's where we can get a good dollar cost average. So I want to look to see if we can break the 700. If it starts bouncing back and shows a reversal confirmation, then I'm going to look to go back in and add more on the way up. But being that it broke below 200 SMA, I think it's a good value to start taking entry positions. I'm not a financial advisor in any way or a stockbroker, but that's just my trade idea and setup on this one. And my profit target will be at the previous support at the 900 level. So we have $1 to $200 per share profit potential, and we only have about 100 down on the downside. So that's a nice 1 to 2 risk loss ratio. And if you want to hold for the long term, or maybe even for a year or two, you can also see that it can easily go over 1,000 to 100 if the stock does continue to go up on the overall, because it has, if you look at the overall chart, it has a nice solid uptrend. So if this keeps growing, that's a great dip for long-term buyers, and there's really nothing to sweat if you're getting on the dips here. So that's my take on Tesla stock. And if you want to join our chat room where we call out all these long-term trade ideas and everything else, the link is in the description below. You can also head over to my website, pinnacletrading.us, scroll down, join the chat room for free. Also have a trading course which teaches you everything about the stock market from beginning to the end, starting from the basics to advanced strategies, how to trade and invest stocks, options, futures, everything in there, and some of my secrets to you. So help you get started and cut your learning curve. So if this video helped you out, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button, and also share it so other people can learn from the video.